Man,
And John the Mystic Rider.
and we're doing a special unscripted video for y'all. A couple months late, actually, but we thought we'd give our 2 cents about the what's going on with the Beast 2.0 concept that Kings Island showed in their survey in August.
Yeah, it's I might as well just start out like Andy said. This is something that has been floating around the internet for about 2 years now. And
Two
is
months.
2 months now. Sorry, 2 months now. And has definitely caused a lot of attention amongst coaster enthusiasts. A couple videos I've personally seen on the internet. One good one is Taylor Bybee of Coaster Studios. Him and his girlfriend did a decently linked video of just explaining how bad of an idea it is, and I completely agree with it because ultimately the Beast is a very iconic roller coaster at Kings Island. It's been there for well over 40 years, almost 45 years actually, from this year. So it's definitely an icon of Kings Island. And I feel like if they actually go through with this, they're just going to be getting rid of an iconic roller coaster in their lineup.
I agree. Well, to freshen up anybody who hasn't actually figured out like why the heck is Kings Island doing this, well, 2 months ago they decided to put out a survey for their season pass holders, and it had a few of the following options. I'm reading it off of their survey they had, plus a few posts off of Reddit, which we'll leave a link on the bottom when we show the pictures. Of the things in the survey were, which would you like to see in the future for our parks? One, a tower coaster, which would be a 200-foot tall tower coaster. A family thrill coaster, which they have already actually, claim the one they're talking in the survey is going to claim the title as the longest family coaster on the planet Earth. A indoor outdoor dark ride coaster, which if built would go in the old crypt building. A dive coaster, a 300-foot dive coaster similar to Valraven at Cedar Point. Oh, and at a peanuts dark ride, uh, that would be in the former spot of where Boo Blasters is now. And at the very bottom of that list would be the Beast 2.0, is what they called it in the survey. Which, if they do this, it currently has the it currently holds the record for the world's longest wooden roller coaster at 7,361 feet, and they are claiming it will be beastified, extending its 4-minute, 10-second runaway experience to an astounding 10,000 feet. So they are claiming they want to add about 3,000 more feet to it, so it can still hold the record as the world's longest wooden coaster of all time.
Yeah, actually, just over 2,300. I did the math.
Well, give or take,
Yeah,
extra 3,000 feet.
yeah.
Also, it says in the survey, they will experience the classic experience with its record-breaking drops, cover multiple tunnels, and the finale moment of the covered double helix, with the new addition of another 2,640 feet of track that sends them out and back down the tallest drop of any wooden roller coaster at 184 feet tall, reaching the top speed of 74 miles per hour, allowing the Beast to reclaim its title as the longest and fastest wooden roller coaster in the world. What it means by reclaiming it as the fastest wooden coaster in the world. And again, John said that this sounds like a bad idea because a lot of YouTubers, roller coaster and amusement park YouTubers, have actually talked about this for a while. Most notably, Taylor Bybee from Coaster Studios. And I'm gonna give you my opinion on it as well. I mean, yes, in concept it sounds awesome, but in reality, I think it's a horrible idea, and I'll give you my reasoning for it. I as some of you might know or don't know, me and John are members of the American Coaster Enthusiasts, which is to help preserve the historic roller coasters and the around the United States and in the world. And if some of you don't know, Beast Hole has a Ace landmark plaque, which is really important for some roller coasters and amusement parks and theme parks. That shows that they have a historical significance in the amusement park and theme park industry. And I talked to the president of the ACE Historical Committee, Dave Hayner, and he said that it. I asked him, is like, would it take away their experience, the ACE Historic Landmark credit for them if they did this to the Beast? And he said it depends on if they take anything original out of the ride. Which I said, like, would this count? He said probably. So hoping that they don't do this, because I feel like it would take their Ace landmark status away from the Beast, which I don't want to happen, because I think it's good the way it is, to be honest with everyone watching. I think it's better to leave it as it is instead of trying to modify something that didn't need to be modified.
And I completely agree with that. The Beast is fine as it is. A lot of people have gone on about it having a severe lack of airtime, but the Beast is not meant to be an airtime machine. It's all about the lateral, the being way out in the woods. Which it does perfectly fine. And I mean, yes, there's something should go in the vortex. Was formerly the vortex fly lamp, but there's a lot better options out there than doing this.
Yeah, my personal opinion, just for the heck of it, I'm going to give you my opinion of what should go there. I think it should be a Mac Extreme spinner similar to Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, because I think it would fit that plot of land nicely. But that's for the future, because they're saying whatever's going to be built there probably is not going to be put in there till 2027, which would be actually significant, because on that spot was a former vortex that they're talking about putting the Beast 2.0 expansion in there. And that year actually is significant, because that would mean it'd be 40 years since the vortex opened. So hopefully they don't do this, but to quote, my personal opinion is, Kings Island, what are you thinking if you do this? What were you thinking?
What were they thinking?
Yeah, in my opinion, I completely agree. It's kind of something that really does not work for Kings Island, and along with the Mac Extreme Splinter, which I think would be a cool one, but I think it should be more focused on launches, unlike Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, which had its big things that drop out of the station, which I don't think Kings Island could do something like that. I think something more like I think this is right. Journey to Happiness.
Ride to Happiness.
Ride to Happiness would probably be a little closer to what Kings Island might do on that plot of land. But I also heard something. Taylor Bybee brought this up in his video about a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster going there, possibly one that would hold the record for most inversions in North America at 10 inversions. I can understand why they would not go for the world record, or because 15 inversions is not really hard on your stomach.
Right. I don't think anyone wants to even try to attempt the world record that Smiler at Alton Towers holds right now, because of what John just said. It'll probably tear the crap out of your stomach. But yeah, instead of doing that, Kings Island, my personal opinion, do what Taylor Bybee is saying. Try and just do a Gerstlauer Infinity that is a 10 inversion coaster. I think that would do that land a lot better. Would be better off on that land than a expansion of a classic roller coaster that doesn't need an expansion or an enhancement, is what the survey said.
Yeah, as well as if they are going to go with the Infinity Coaster, I really hope that they would also pay homage to Vortex and making a very photogenic roller coaster, best way to put it. Because one of the really cool things about Vortex was it was just as cool to watch it run as it was actually ride it. You could just sit on that. You could just stand on that pathway and just watch it go back and forth across the path. Plus, as well as coming really close to the path on the Batwing.
I do have, and yes, the most photogenic part, well, beside the whole coaster itself, because you can get good shots anywhere you stand by Vortex, but most notably the Batwing. I have plenty of pictures in front of that Batwing element that they had really close to the pathway.
And I could see them easily duplicating that on an Infinity Coaster, even if it's not an actual Batwing, but do something. They could also do something that's similar, like a pretzel knot is a possibility, or something like hang times element. There's a few options.
Well, and I know some people said besides that it's not on the survey, but it's like they should put to replace Vortex. They should put a 500-foot tower coaster there and name it the Polar Vortex. I don't think it. I think they have a height limit because I think they're close to an airport. So I don't think, not a big airport, but a regional airport, and I don't think they can. I think they have a height requirement that they can't go so high.
Well, I think it's just because they don't want to have anything made taller than the Eiffel Tower. I think that's the reason.
Yeah, that's what they said about Orion. Yeah, because they said it's 5 feet. The actual tip of the lift hill is actually a couple feet shorter because they didn't want it to be as tall as the Eiffel Tower from the highway. But like I said, but yeah. In conclusion, to a review / rant of this announcement, I personally think that Kings Island should just go with the other options on the list, coaster wise. The tower coaster, the 200-foot tower coaster, the 300-foot dive coaster they have, and Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, that 10 inversion Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. Go with those options, personally, in my opinion, instead of trying to expand the beast that no one asked for.
The other one that also sounds good is the what they were going to do, the idea about doing something in the crypt building, because that thing has been sitting there for, I forget how long it was. I think it's been at least 10 years since the crypt closed. So if that building has been sitting around for a while, so they either should do something with the crypt building or tear it down completely at this point.
I believe, now I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll put the actual date it closed on the screen here in a second. I think John's right. It has been sitting there for a while, and I believe I only rode it once, and that was during the first year I went to Halloween Haunt. And I think the last time it ran was in 2011, so almost close to 15 years since it ran.
But again, like we said, there's got to be a better option than increasing the beast. Anything's better than that. In fact, I would even say that what we've been joking around with, the Bengals country, would be better than upgrading the beast.
If anyone, well, you already probably get the joke. When Steel Curtain opened it at Kennywood in 2018, 2019 actually, we joked around because Vortex closed about the same time. And actually in 2019, Vortex closed, and we joked for a while. It's like, well, as in say, if they're trying any of the other football teams that have amusement parks close to them, maybe they're probably just going to put Bengals country there and have a Bengal tiger themed roller coaster there in its spot. which of course hasn't happened yet, and I doubt Kings Island's actually going to do that, but that was just a private joke between us.
Anything? I don't. Well, that again, just to sum up our points, the beast is as fine as it is. The whole idea about upgrading it is just really bad, and we prefer a lot of the other ideas on the list over this.
Yeah, just to sum it all up before we end this unscripted video, like John said, just Kings Island, if you're listening, or if anybody's actually goes to Kings Island that's watching or listening, just go with the other ideas you had on the survey, like the 300-foot dive coaster, 200-foot tower coaster, the indoor-outdoor coaster you had that's going to be in the crypt's old spot that fill up that building that's been sitting for almost 15 years without nothing in it but a haunted house. Anything, just do anything on the 10 inversion Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. Anything on that list, just don't do anything on that list. Just don't mess with the beast.
Now, that being said, there is one thing I would love to see them do with the beast, and that's make it a part of Winterfest. But there's other reasons why they don't do that.
Maintenance reason, to be more specific, but that's another discussion for another day. But with that, that is the end of our little review / rant of the Beast 2.0 rumors going around with Kings Island, and until next time, this is Andy the Gemini Man,
And John the Mystic Rider,
and we'll see you next time.